Yo guys, what is going on? I am back with another video, and today we are doing a tier list. I did one a few days ago and I found it pretty fun, so let's just get straight into it. Today we are doing ranking champions, UFC champions. Not based on the whole career, just as a champion. So for example, someone like Robert Whittaker, the amazing fighter, amazing career, but as a champion, not very good. So this is going to be split into a few different parts. Today I'm going to be doing the lower weight division, so all the women's ones, and the men's flyweight, bantamweight and featherweight. So yeah, I think without further ado, let's just get straight into it. First up, Volkanovski, GOAT. Realistically, 5 defenses, beat Holloway 3 times, beat Brian Ortega, had the division on hold for years. He only just got dethroned by Ilia Topuria, but yeah, GOAT of the division in my opinion. Next up, Holloway. I'm gonna put him as a great champion, 3rd best featherweight of all time, I think. 3 defenses, put a clinic on Brian Ortega. That was a crazy performance. But yeah, former champion. It's unfortunate he got smacked about by Volkanovski 3 times, but it is what it is. Next up, Ilia Topuria. Great champion, amazing boxer, amazing wrestler, so well rounded, such a good character. If he can beat Holloway, that would be crazy. Actually, no, I'll put him as good just because he's never defended the title yet. So I think it's a bit too high to put for great. Next up, Conor, average champion. Obviously the first ever double champ, amazing showman, but you know, he got stripped for inactivity. He never defended. And he beat Eddie Alvarez to become the lightweight champion. I mean, fair enough, like he beat Jose Aldo, but Eddie Alvarez really. Next up, Jose Aldo, great champion, 2nd best featherweight of all time, 7 defenses, was unstoppable in his prime. At the end of his career, like near the later parts of his career, he did kind of fall off a bit. But I mean, as a champion, great champion, amazing striker, and yeah, very nice guy. Next up, Sean O'Malley, average. I think he's a bit overrated. He knocked out Aljamain for the title, so fair enough. But I mean, bro, he only had 1 defense, and it was against Marlon Vera, bro. Marlon Vera did not deserve the title shot. And then when he defended against someone good like Merab, he just got smoked. You couldn't even beat Merab on the feet, so yeah, average. I think he's overrated. Next up, Sterling, great champion. I'm a firm believer that he's very overrated, but I mean, he did have 3 defenses against Dillashaw, Cejudo, and Piotr Jan. He won the belt via disqualification, so it's a bit, I think he faked it, but I mean, he did have the defenses to back it up, so fair enough. Next up, Merab, good champion. He's beaten loads of former champions, but we saw him at 306 just dominate Sean O'Malley. So I think if he can beat Umar, he'll become the GOAT of the bantamweight division. It might be a bit of a crazy take, but yeah. But as a champion so far, I just put him as good. Next up, Piotr Jan, average. You know, he won the belt, fair enough, but he never defended it. I know he lost it via disqualification, but in the rematch he couldn't win, so it is what it is, isn't it? He's average champion. Amazing character though. I think he got robbed against Sean O'Malley. But yeah. Next up, Cody Garbrandt, our first bad champion. Obviously had a very nice performance against Dominic Cruz. I think it's a bit of an overrated performance, to be honest. He only won 3 out of the 5 rounds, but amazing showman. But yeah, after that he just got knocked the hell out by TJ Dillashaw twice. So I mean, you can't really call him that good of a champion. Next up, Renan Barão, a bit overrated in my opinion. I'm gonna put him in average. He beat Uriah Faber, I think. I don't know who he defended against. It might have been Uriah Faber again, but yeah, 1 defense, like 12 losses on his career. I don't think he's a very good champion. I think he's a bit overrated. Next up, TJ Dillashaw, great champion. You know, he knocked out Cody Garbrandt twice. Put a lot of eyes on the division. That rivalry between him and Cody Garbrandt was good for the division. And you know, he was never scared. He always wanted to fight like Demetrius Johnson and Henry Cejudo to become double champion, so I rate that. He should have, I mean, he did go down instead of up, which is a bit of a pipsqueak move, but you know, he did put a lot of eyes in the division, so fair enough. Next up, Dominic Cruz. Hesitantly, I'm gonna put him as the GOAT. I think he's just holding on by a thread now. He's got, you know, he was 2-time champion of the division, had a few defenses, but he never really had crazy wins. He beat TJ Dillashaw by split decision. But apart from that, I mean, he's hanging on by a thread for being the GOAT of the bantamweight division. I think Merab's coming for that. If Merab can beat Umar Nurmagomedov, 100% Merab's the GOAT. But for now, Dominic Cruz will always be a great champion, right? But as far as the GOAT, I think he's just hanging on by a little bit. Next up, Pantoja, good champion. He's just a standard kind of. He's kind of irrelevant, but two defenses. He always does just enough to get his wins. We saw that against Moreno. We saw that against Royval. We saw that against Urseg. But he has held onto the title for a while now. Seems like a nice guy. But yeah, I'm just standard good champion. Next up, Moreno. I think he's overrated. Average 2-time champion. But I mean, he eye poked Figueiredo to get the belt. Like, he was a dirty win. And I've always been a firm believer that Figueiredo's better. Talking about Figueiredo, here he is, good champion, 2-time champion of the flyweight division. Had a few defenses. He did get submitted by Brandon Moreno, but he got that win back. He's now at bantamweight. If he can get that bantamweight title, oh my days, that would be insane. I doubt he can, but you never know. Next up, Henry Cejudo, great champion, double champion, of course. He retired in his prime, so that was a bit, I don't know why he did that, but yeah. He came back and lost to Aljamain Sterling, but I mean, he beat DJ, he beat TJ Dillashaw, and he beat Dominic Cruz, 3 amazing fighters, so you have to give him his credit for that. Defended both his belts, so yeah. Next up, Demetrius Johnson, GOAT of the flyweight division, 100%. 11 defenses, that's crazy. I don't think any other champion has that many amount. Maybe John Jones, actually. Does he? No, I don't think he has that many defenses. He might have more title wins, but as far as defenses go, I don't think anyone has more than DJ. But yeah, I mean, he had a lot of good wins. Very technical, very skillful. So yeah, GOAT, the flyweight division, 100%. Now we're going to the women MMA fighters. First up, Chris Cyborg. Is she the GOAT of the bantamweight featherweight division? It's close between her and Amanda Nunes, but I think she just edges it. Pause on that, but just because she was actually a featherweight, Amanda Nunes was a bantamweight. Actually, that even gives more reason why Amanda Nunes is the GOAT. Amanda Nunes has the same amount of defenses than Chris Cyborg. I'm gonna put. You know what? This is actually so close. I'm gonna put her on great. I think Amanda Nunes is the GOAT of that division. Next up, whoever the hell this is, she's a bad champion. She refused to fight Chris Cyborg, so she got stripped straight away. Pause on that. But yeah, bad champion. Next up, Raquel Pennington, average, never defended the belt. She just lost her belt at 307 against Juliana Pena. People say it was a robbery. I don't know. I don't care. She was an average champion. Probably the least popular champion in the history of the UFC, which is crazy. Next up, Juliana Pena, good champion, 2-time champion of the division. Beat Amanda Nunes. Just beat Raquel Pennington. If she can beat Kayla Harrison, I'll definitely put her in great. That would be crazy. I don't think she can, but if she can, then she's definitely a good, great champion. Next up, talking of Amanda Nunes, GOAT of women's MMA. I think she's definitely the GOAT of, not definitely, it's close between her and Ronda Rousey for the GOAT of the bantamweight division, and it's close between her and Chris Cyborg for the GOAT of the featherweight division. But I think Amanda Nunes is the GOAT of both divisions. I think she's the GOAT of the bantamweight division and the GOAT of the featherweight division in women's MMA. So yeah, you have to put her as GOAT, the only ever women's double champ. So yeah. Next up, Miesha Tate, bad. Holly Holm, bad. They're just two very, I don't know, just NPCs, bro. Like, they've got nothing to them. So yeah, bad champions for both of them. Next up, Ronda Rousey, definitely the biggest name in women's MMA. She definitely put women's MMA on the map. But I mean, as far as champion goes, she was a great champion, 6 defenses, but she did defend in a time when literally it was only NPCs fighting. So fair enough. If someone says if one of you guys say that she's the GOAT, then I won't, be too mad, because, she was an amazing champion, but I think she's a great champion, but not the GOAT. I think Amanda Nunes is the GOAT. Next up, Grasso, average. She never even had a successful title defense. Technically she has one defense, but it was a draw where Valentina Shevchenko got robbed, and then we just saw at 306 that Valentina Shevchenko dominated her. So I mean, average champion. I think she's overrated. I mean, to be fair, she did tap out Shevchenko off. Shevchenko to win the title, but after that she never really did anything, so average champion. Next up, Valentina Shevchenko. She just won against Alexa Grasso. 7 defenses of her title. 2-time champion of the division. GOAT 100%, no doubt about that. Next up, Nico Montagna, bad champion. She just had loads of... I think she was the first ever champion of her division. But, I mean, she just had loads of health issues which prevent her from defending the title. So that's a bit peak. Next up, Zhang Weili, good champion. I think she's a 2-time champion. As we know, she got knocked the hell out by Rose Namajunas. But overall, good champion. 4 out of 300. Beat Yan Xiaonan, got robbed of the submission win, but what it is, she still won. But she's a bit inactive. She still hasn't been booked for another fight, I don't think. So, yeah. But yeah, good champion. Put a lot of eyes on that division. You know, when she's picking up Francis Ngannou and Shaquille O'Neal and stuff like that. Next up, Jessica Andrade, bad champion. Literally, I'm sure 99.9% of the UFC fan base doesn't even know she was a champion. But I mean, 0 defenses, terrible champion, probably one of the worst champions in UFC history. Rose Namajunas, great champion. She put loads of eyes on the division. 2-time champion. Got a lot of good wins. She knocked out the current champion, with Zhang Weili. So I mean, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I don't think she really... Did she ever defend the title? I can't remember if she ever defended the title, but if she did, she only defended it a few times. But yeah, great champion. Next up, Carla Esparza, first ever champion. She beat Rose Namajunas twice. She 2-time champion, won the belt 8 years apart, which is crazy. So yeah, fair enough. But she just retired, so had a nice career, but in general, good champion. Never defended the belt, so she can't be too high, but yeah, good champion. Finally, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, champion, GOAT of the division, 5 defenses, loads of good wins, and you know, she kind of fell off now, but the best Polish MMA fighter, I think she does have that over Jan Blachowicz. So yeah, GOAT. And there's my list, pretty nicely spread out. You guys let me know in the comment section down below if you agree with this list. Part 2 and 3 will come out soon. Next part I'm going to be doing about lightweight, welterweight, middleweight. Yeah, I think there's those 3 divisions, and then the last part I'll do light, heavyweight, and heavyweight, because there's just so many champions for that one, for those 2 divisions. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more of this. Any other suggestions for video ideas? Comment section down below if you agree with this list. And yeah, the fight night today between Tyra and what's his name? Tyra versus Roy Val is happening today, so probably come out with a video about that later. But yeah, anyway, see you guys later, and yeah, safe.